Special orders of business. Clerk will read the bill. Resolution.
HCR 20, in memoriam of William Patton, 1927 to 2011.
Question now rises upon final reading and adoption of HCR 20. Representative Buckley.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, colleagues, I feel like I should even declare a partial conflict of interest on this. I'm about to read a resolution honoring Bill Patton. Bill Patton was one of the leaders of the Oregon Shakespeare Festival who hired my wife to work at the Shakespeare Festival, so that impact on my life is clear. Bill Patton had an impact on many lives. So with your indulgence, colleagues, I'd like to read this resolution, and I'm going to do my best to do it without breaking. Whereas William Patton was born on September 22nd, 1927 in Medford and passed away at his home in Ashland on January 13th, 2011. And whereas William Patton, after 2 years of service with the United States Army Air Forces, earned a degree in drama from Stanford University. And whereas William Patton, after meeting Oregon Shakespeare Festival founder Angus Bomer at Stanford University, began volunteering at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival in Ashland in 1948 as a technical assistant. Whereas William Patton, while simultaneously serving as the festival's lighting director, performed as Paris in Romeo and Juliet in 1949 and as Prince John in Henry IV Part 1 in 1950. And whereas William Patton became the festival's first full-time employee, leading the festival with his appointment as general manager in 1953 until his retirement as executive director in 1995. And whereas William Patton oversaw the construction of 3 world-class theaters during his tenure, including the renowned Elizabethan Theater. And whereas the Oregon Shakespeare Festival won the Tony Award for Regional Theater in 1983 under William Patton. And whereas William Patton received the Oregon Governor's Award for the Arts in 1993. And whereas William Patton led the Oregon Shakespeare Festival to become the largest regional theater in the country, growing from 29 performances and an audience of 15,000 in his first year as general manager, to 752 performances and 359,000 attendees the year he retired. And whereas William Patton has been described as a visionary, an Oregon treasure, and a gentleman in every way. And whereas the 2011 season of the Oregon Shakespeare Festival is dedicated to William Patton in honor of his lifetime of service, and whereas William Patton is survived by his wife, Shirley, whom he met when she joined the festival as an actress in 1958, 3 children and 7 grandchildren. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Legislative Assembly of the State of Oregon, that we, the members of the 75th Legislative Assembly of the State of Oregon, recognize, honor, and celebrate the remarkable life and achievements of William Patton and his great contributions to our state, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution shall be presented to the wife and family of William Patton as an expression of our condolences. Colleagues, just on a personal note, you always, when I was going to college in the 70s, my wife and I, we had part-time jobs. We went to college, and we saved our money so we could travel up to Ashland every year, because Ashland to us as theater majors was this incredible place to go. And the names of Jerry Turner was the artistic director, and Richard Hay, the incredible designer that they have at the Shakespeare Festival, and Bill Patton. Those were 3 giants in theater. And we would dream of being able to someday work at that level or even meet these people. So the fact that we actually finally did get to, and my wife still works as a member of the festival, I got to say, when I first met Bill Patton, I was scared. I was intimidated. I was like, I'm going to meet this legend, this guy who's brought this theater company to such a high level of achievement. And I was a little nervous, and I found him to be one of the kindest, nicest people I've ever met. And you would see him in Ashland, and you talk to him. He was totally unassuming, and you think of the thing, you have to be some kind of like hard knuckle bruiser to make an organization run. And this man was the kindest, sweetest man you'd ever want to meet, and he achieved greatness for the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. So it's an honor to be able to bring this before the House today. It's an honor to honor a man as great as Bill Patton, and I really appreciate your time and your consideration. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, Representative. Further discussion? Representative Frederick.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I should tell you that for a long time I was very upset with Bill Patton. Very upset with him. I gave him my best Randall from Slow Dance. I gave him my best Cyrano, my Othello, my Patrice Lumumba, my Rosencrantz, and I did my best to audition for Bill Patton, and he turned me down. I was very upset with him for many, many years. And then I got a chance to be on the board for the Shakespeare Festival. And I cannot begin to tell you how glorious that is. If you get that chance, do it right away. It was just outstanding. But one of the best things about the festival and being on the board was that you had a dinner every board meeting, and you got a chance to sit down and talk with people who were part of the festival. And once I sat down with Bill Patton, and I said, "Do you remember me?" Unfortunately, because of my performance, he didn't. But the fact is that we talked a lot, and he was a treasure. He gave Oregon a gift in terms of theater that cannot be understated. And he gave theater itself, an incredible gift. And so I again want to thank the Patton family, and I urge you to vote unanimously for this particular resolution. And I'm glad to get a chance to talk about Bill Patton. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Further discussion? Seeing none, Representative Buckley, do you wish to close?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd just like to thank Shirley Patton and her family for being here today, and I appreciate your graciousness in welcoming them as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative. And on behalf of the House of Representatives, we thank you for attending, and it is an honor to be able to make the presentation today. Those who are of the opinion that the resolution should be adopted will vote aye, and those opposed no. The clerk will open the voting system. Representative Conger, how do you vote? Aye. Conger votes aye. House Concurrent Resolution 20, having received the required majority, is declared adopted.